Hello and welcome everyone to yet another episode of Red Cape Sports. I'm your host, Bird Bouchard, and today I'm very excited because I'm going to be going over my favorite methods for shipping out sports cards when you're selling on eBay. Now, before I jump into this video, I just want to kindly remind you all to smash the like button. It really does help us out with YouTube's algorithm. And as you can tell, I am not in the normal studio over at Red Cape Sports. However, I am in my basement right now. As you can see, got some Dwayne Wade stuff, Derek Jeter stuff, and a lot of sports cards. But nevertheless, just because the coronavirus is keeping us all indoors does not mean that we get to stop making fun, engaging content. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Hello everyone and welcome to my desk. Sorry for the clutter, but just trying to fit everything on screen here. So without further ado, let's jump into this video regarding how to ship sports cards once you actually sell them online on a site like eBay. So first and foremost, what you're going to need is the card that you're going to be shipping off. In this case, this is just for examples, but this is an Alex DeBrincat Topps rookie card, or pardon me, Upper Deck rookie card. You're going to need some stamps. So if you live in America, you'll probably use these Forever stamps. And if you live in Canada, what I highly suggest doing is getting a sheet of these. So these bad boys are going to cost you $7.80. You're only going to get 6 of them, but as you can see right here, they're worth $1.30 each. So they are a bit more expensive, but basically you'll see why I like to use the $1.30 ones. And that's basically because a lot of the buyers are from the United States of America. So that's basically just going to cover your grounds. Honestly, I tend to use these even when I ship out to Canada. So it's just good because the last thing you want is return to sender and then, you have a sold listing and then you miss out on it because you don't have any stamps left. So I always just buy those just in case, whether it's Canadian or American buyer. The next thing you're going to want a penny sleeve as well as a top loader. Very, very crucial. You definitely do not want to send a card raw in its original state. So first and foremost, we'll go ahead and do that. So I just like to put it in there, over on an angle, in. And so now we got the card in. That's basically step one. You want to protect the card. Oops, you dropped it. Well, it's still protected. The second step that I personally like to do, bam, no more Scotch tape, guys. No more Scotch tape. It's not allowed, only painter's tape. You can get an entire roll of this for literally $1 at your local Dollarama or your local Dollar General, whatever it might be. And you see that? You really don't need much. That's all you're going to need. And what you're going to do, just in case this card does happen to slip out during shipping, you put a little on that side, a little on that side, bam. So what that's going to do, it's just going to close. Hopefully you can see that. So it's just going to close it and give you a nice sturdy card. And this card, I can shake it, it's not going anywhere. So just a bit of ease of mind. Next up, what a lot of sellers like to do is to use things such as team bags. So of course, I could just throw this in here, Ziploc it up. I mean, that's definitely one good way of shipping out cards, but again, it's not my preferred way. So what you could do is, and again, I have this simply because recycling on eBay can save you a lot in postage. Definitely a lot. So as you can see here, I just threw on, you know, a sticker that I got from another package, and then ultimately that helped me recycle. So you can see I kind of used it, but ultimately, you know, just open that up, we can throw a card in there and it'll be good to go. The second option that we have here in terms of, you know, sending out, just a plain white envelope. Now, there are a ton of people who do not like this method, but again, if you're just sending a card such as this one, yeah, I mean, plain white envelope, you can definitely get away with that. If you're going to send a card like any of these here, like Wander Franco, Jack Flaherty, Soroka, Framil Reyes, or Adley Rutschman, I definitely wouldn't go ahead and do that. But in this case, you know, you can definitely just pop this guy in here as such. Okay, you could write it off. It's nice and sturdy. You can put your stamp on it, and it would be good to go. But again, that's really not what we're gonna want to do. Again, not knocking on it, but you know, it really depends how much you charge in shipping. So this is where these bad boys come in. These are padded envelopes. You get 3 of them for about $1. Just open it up. So you can see here that this is a pretty big padded envelope. Again, I could just slip that in there, close it up, and off it goes. I mean, that's, look at all that. This is padded to no end. It's completely bubble mailed, and that card will be extremely safe. But guys, I'd like to take it, pardon me, one step further. So what you could do is, you know, just grab a piece of cardboard, something like this, and you would literally just put the card with the cardboard. And then again, you got your friendly painter's tape. And I'm not saying that this is the perfect method, but it works. You could even go crazy, such as I'm about to go. You just line it up there. And absolutely, you could ship it off like that. And the great thing about painter's tape compared to Scotch tape, this painter tape, you can literally just peel right off as such once the person receives it in the mail, and then bam, your card is good to go. So definitely start thinking, guys, about, you know, the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle, cardboard. And it really doesn't weigh a lot, and you can get away with shipping cards for about $1.30. Now, with that being said, if it is a really important, expensive card, you don't want to ship via plain white envelope. You just don't want to do it. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're purchasing, let's say, a PSA 10 Luka Doncic, and somebody mails it to you in a plain white envelope, you're going to be quite upset, even if there's tracking. So that's another thing, guys. Don't try to make too much money on your shipping. And again, I say that because I feel like it's really important. Far too often, I go on eBay and I see, well, this card only sold for $1.30. Okay, but the shipping was $34. I mean, at the end of the day, would I charge anyone $34 to ship this Alex DeBrincat card? No, I wouldn't. To be honest, if anyone within North America were to purchase this, I'd charge them, you know, $3 Canadian, maybe $3.50 Canadian if it was going to the States. So sure, I am profiting a little bit also on shipping, but again, that just goes in for my time, my efforts, and also your supplies. So again, you can profit a little bit off shipping in my opinion, but you definitely don't want to charge like $20 to ship this. Now, if it were a more expensive card, let's say this Andrew Knizner card. So this is a Bowman Chrome first. It's really not worth too much, but again, it is a nicer card. So again, the only difference here is, you know, I did put it in another team bag, just so that it goes pretty well. So that also, guys, is another method when it comes to shipping these cards. But for example, a card like this or a card like Wander Franco, what you'd want to do 100% is to get tracking. So basically tracking is going to ensure that you're not going to get screwed on the internet. And what I mean by that is you can ship out cards to people in a plain white envelope such as this. But if you just put one stamp on it, so if I were to just mail that out just like that, people could say, oh, I never received the card. And then of course, if you do have returns available on your eBay, then people can definitely claim their money back, saying that, you know, they never received the card. And of course, whether they actually received it or whether they did not receive the card, you will be liable and you will have to pay. Now, with that being said, probably my absolute favorite way of shipping out sports cards, I will show you guys right now, because this method was actually given to me yesterday. I saw the greatest way of receiving sports cards and I was so happy, and I messaged the guy thanking him. Although these cards weren't worth too much money, this is the way that you want to leave people. I opened up these cards and I was like, wow, what an awesome way of shipping out sports cards. And it really didn't cost the guy much money at all. And without further ado, this is the grand reveal. See that? Just simple cardboard, but it's sturdy. It doesn't weigh a lot, but it gets the job done. And as you can see, each individual card, penny sleeve top loader, and a bit of painter's tape. And this one didn't quite need it because, again, team bag. So that was the difference there. And what he did was really quite simple. This is all he did, guys. Okay, he did a bit of that. Did a bit of that. So it's not really going anywhere if you were to pick it up. Put the second side on it. And then, boom, padded envelope, ready to go. And you can feel it. It is sturdy, it is hard, this is not going anywhere. What a great way of protecting your cards. And at the end of the day, these bubble mailers aren't expensive. The cardboard you're gonna get for free based off recycling or, you know, Amazon packages, anything else like that. And really, hopefully by now, you guys have a ton of top loaders, or pardon me, top loaders as well as penny sleeves. So you guys should already have your supplies. I mean, this is a great method of sending it. Matter of fact, you can even save more money by just putting this in. As you can see, he cut this perfectly to size. What's this look like? Boom, a regular plain white envelope. Now, I personally don't have any of these regular plain white envelope sizes. I tend to go with the miniature ones. But however, if you find these, boom, you just pop it in there. It was the perfect size, slightly smaller, and then he sent it off. Shipped it, sealed, ready to go. And I mean, at the end of the day, guys, that's going to be the best method. Of course, I received a card like this. This was great. Just really simple. Painter's tape. And he had a team bag. And then within both cards, in the middle of two cardboard holders was my card. And I mean, what an easy, cheap, but reliable way to ship out your sports cards. So basically, guys, all that to say, there are so many different fun ways to ship out your sports cards that are really cost effective. So you don't have to go about, you know, just simply putting one card in a bubble mailer like this, sending it off, and then charging $28 for shipping sports cards. Specifically, I'm going to call out Panini Prism cards. Far too often I'm seeing cards selling for $2 to $5, but then the shipping is like $38. That's ridiculous, guys. I mean, at the end of the day, we want to grow this hobby. We don't want to, you know, push people out of the hobby. At the end of the day though, if you go to ship out a card here in Canada and you want tracking, that's likely going to cost you $15, even if you use a plain white envelope. That's okay, but at that point, you won't want to be using a plain white envelope anyway. You're going to want to use a bubble mailer. Just because, again, if you're going through all the effort to have tracking, then the card's probably expensive. And again, any kind of expensive card, you're going to want to use a bubble mailer. So all that to say though, do not overcharge for shipping. Again, you can profit a little bit, but you don't want to, shy people away. It's definitely not going to help your eBay listings as well. But anyways, guys, I have a mess all over now. Time to clean it up. I hope that you all enjoyed the video. Again, if you did enjoy the video, these quick little tips, please smash the like button. It really does help us out with YouTube's algorithm. But yeah, guys, until next time, take care.